No, we're civilized. We do not torture people. And the guy was begging for his life in English, and he was probably, once I raised my rifle up 2 feet in front of it, and I just emptied a whole magazine down the front of him. No blood. It's like you see pictures of a shark attacking something and just took big chunks out of him. And then what ruined my life was I found in his pocket a small black and white photograph with a little writing on the back. It was his 19-year-old wife and 3-month-old daughter. And then suddenly, well, that didn't bring Pancho back. Boy, we really accomplished a lot all the way around.
Come on, girls.
From then on, it haunted me that there's a little girl. She'd be 35 now. Grew up without a father. And so of all the things that haunt me the worst was that photo haunts me a lot. And that I can draw you a portrait of that young girl and the baby to this day.
She still lets me pick her up. She'll let me pick her up and carry her because I picked her up and held her ever since she was a baby. Oh, you want something? Look, see.
We learned in Nam you have to go a little bit crazy so you didn't go complete crazy. But things which you might think bad or surreal here were everyday life there.
Yes, it's the really good stuff. You're a pretty girl. Oh, you gonna share?
A lot of those people, they were just serving their country too, and it was their country.
Whoop. I'm graceful. Come here, darling. Come here, darling. Look what I got.
People who were doing the fighting and the killing, they hated the war more than anybody.
You're pretty good.
It was just politicians doing their voodoo. Nobody won anything.
There you go, Harry. There you go. You can fight over it.
My cousin called up and said, "Hey, we got a teaching job. You want to come teach Navajo and Hopi kids art?" Sounded good. Went home and talked to my wife. 3 days later, I resigned, quit my job. We got a U-Haul and we moved to the city. What kind of teacher was I? Well, let's say I was a bit unorthodox. You know, I used to have a couple teachers every year file charges against me. They thought I was going to kill them or something like that. See, I guess my bad attitude from Nam, my thing with adults doesn't work out very well. People used to be amazed when I was teaching, how can you get along with kids so well? I don't feel threatened by kids. They're usually smarter than adults and there's more hope for them. Frequently I had people who personally did not like me. I told them early, I said, I'm an artist teaching art. So I'm not going to their level, they're going to my level. And they did. In fact, I used to average 40 to 50 kids a class. Any student who was kicked out of any other class, I would never say no. They were a real challenge, but sometimes they turned out to be my best students. And I had one parent come in, and their son was into Satanism. The kid was really very smart, really bright. He was beating up his little sister and threatened to kill his father. So would I please beat the shit out of him? Because I'm the only one he'll listen to and I'm the only one he's afraid of. And so I says, well, let me see what I can do. The shop teacher, Woody Begay, he was my bud. And Woody Begay come in smiling. I don't believe it. Parents come in, they ask you to beat the crap out of their son. But I had a system when I would jump on kids. I already had the counselors, deans, social workers. See, I'd have this whole group of people. I'm just going to crack the shell and then I'm going to run them through all kinds of people. And I didn't sleep for several days. I'm waiting. I know he's going to mess up. And when he mess up, I'm going to jump with both feet. So he came in and messed up. I forgot what he specifically did, but it was something really out of line. And I put on a show. I grabbed him and I had his feet off the floor and we were rattling that metal door. If he did this anymore, what I was going to do to him, and all the other kids are sitting there in total shock. And then I put him down and took him to my office. And I says, you know, your parents talked to me. He says, yeah, I know, they've already okayed for you to beat the crap out of me. So I says, you do anything to your sister or your father, you don't work hard in school, oh, I got your ass, it's mine. He believed me. You know, you're never mad. It's good to pretend you're mad sometimes. There's no way I would do that to a kid, but he didn't know that.
See this scar that runs all the way here? I slipped and cut all the way through. You can see the skin on the other side. And that one, I shoved the point out through the other side. And that one I cut from here to here all the way to the bone, and that's why it doesn't close very well.
Whenever he'd be good, I'd give him extra art supplies. When he wouldn't be good, I'd get on his case. And he did really good. He did great artwork. And he was doing good in all his other classes. And everything was taken care of. And I didn't see him for 4 years, something like that. And finally I ran into him at a basketball game. He was home and came over and gave me a hug and shook my hand and told me he was graduating from college, and he thanked me for everything I did for him. That's my job, to teach those kind of things too. I says, if they don't have their head and their heart in the right place, how can I teach them any art? I got to deal with the whole person. That was something I learned from my Chinese professors. But it was tiring. I got too old to do it. The Navajo people, they really had a great respect for vets. I think the things I dealt with when I came back felt harder than what I dealt with over there.